One of my favorite subjects is, guess what? New construction. Be like, new construction. Do you know how they built the quality of those houses today? Hmm. But let's see what are the thoughts, your wants, your needs. I know the prettier, the better, the newer, the nicer, and nobody else has lived in there, right? But there's many pros to actually buying a new home. So, should you consider buying a newly built home? And some people will say yes, some people will say no. Because, I mean, when you buy a newly built home, in my case, I bought one last year, I had to put door openers, a garage door opener, blinds. What else did I have to buy? Appliances. I had to buy my own fridge. Um, so it came out naked, meaning naked was like I had to put everything new. Well, not new. Basically, I had to buy my own washer and dryer. Houses don't usually come with washer and dryer. And do you really want somebody else's washer and dryer? Depends on the person. But anyways, this is not what we're talking about. We're talking about, would you consider buying a newly built home, right? So if you're thinking about buying a home, you might be focusing on previously owned ones because you know what? They already have the fence. They already have um, the little things to it. I mean, you don't really have to do anything to it. But you actually have to paint it. You have to customize. You have to actually put it your own. But with a newly built, there's their pros and there's their cons. So let's go ahead and talking about, but with so few houses for sale today, it makes sense to consider all your options. That includes a home that is newly built. So with a newly built, you can actually be like, can I upgrade this? Can I upgrade that? And I know there's always an additional cost for it. But there's many other things to consider. So the number of newly built homes is on the rise, and that is correct. It's not going to be overbuilt because I mean builders nowadays, they're going to have to be like super like fast in order to actually over like to be overly built, but that's not going to happen because we are underbuilt by around 5 million. This is nationwide. So while there are more houses for sale right now than there were at this time last year, there's still historically low number of homes available on the market. One reason for for that is years of underbuilding, and this is what I'm saying. Like after 2008, it was like okay, builders stopped building, some went bankrupt, some closed their shops. I mean, there's so many things. So one of the reasons for that is that the underbuilding, meaning that they haven't been enough new homes built to upkeep with the demand. And this is what I was telling you guys. So I mean, in the past 14 years, they've been underbuilding. There hasn't been like, oh, you know what, we're going to build because they were afraid of 2008. What 2008 was like, oh my gosh, I am not going to do this. I'm not going. And you still hear that in people, builders, companies, a lot of, I mean, lending. I mean, it's just like, oh, I can remember like when 2008 happened, this is what happened. I don't want to go through that. No, you know, some builders have paused. They slowed down. They're just trying to test the waters to see how the market's going to do. But it all okay. So here, there's an important trend that is actually the number of new homes being built each year is on the rise, and that is correct. So houses are increasing every single year, but you cannot compare of that 2008, 2009, 2010 and how much they were building because it was like, whoa. No, let's just go ahead and let's go back to a normal market or normal building. But it's been underbuilt. So because of the whole thing. So as Mark Fleming, chief economist at First American, shares that good news for buyers. So while existing home inventory remains limited, the silver lining for home buyers is that new home inventory is on the rise. And a new home at the right price is a pretty good substitute. So right now we see like there's a lot of builders incentives going on. There's like, hey, you know what, buy down rates. Right now, I'm going to mention one of my favorite builders, and I am not affiliated with this builder, but I buy several houses from them. So Chafin Builders right now has a 4.25 interest rate. Plus, they have other incentives. But keep this in mind. I'm going to give you the date. I'm in February 15, 2023. They change their incentives every month or every few weeks, depending on how their market is or how much they're selling. So this is good to know. You can always negotiate it with a builder, but always go with a real estate agent. Don't go naked, meaning don't go by yourself. Don't get your house, don't get your mind in the gutter, please. But okay, so builder incentives can provide a boost. And that actually like, could I buy that house? But some of another builder like DR Horton is offering a 4.75% interest rate. Plus, they're actually doing a move-in package, meaning they are including a washer, dryer, blinds, garage door opener, refrigerator, all of that. And that's what I can think of at the top of my head. So that's another incentive. So that's basically builders are slowing down that pace until they sell more of their current inventory, right? So according to Logan Mohashmi, lead analyst at Housing Wire, the builders have to work off the backlog of homes, but instead of 3% to 4% current mortgage rates, they're dealing with 6% plus mortgage rates, which means they have to provide many incentives to make sure that those homes sell. So now you guys understand what's going on here? Many builders are now offering incentives to help buyers purchase these homes. Fleming also explains the National Association of Builders reportedly that nearly 2/3 of builders were offering incentives, including mortgage rates, buy downs, paying points for buyers, and price reductions, which could entice potential home buyers. So right now, as a buyer, it's a great idea to take that. I mean, take those incentives. Take that opportunity, because you know what? We don't know how long it's going to last, right? So let's say here, a builder who's willing to pay to reduce your mortgage rate could be a game changer. Keshnia Patavo, economist at First American, puts this away. A 1% point decline in a mortgage rate has the same impact on affordability as an 11% decline in house prices. So think about that. So a 1% point decline in mortgage rates has the same impact on affordability as an 11% decline in house prices. So think about that. So what is that giving you? That's actually giving you an incentive to buy and being able to afford a house, which is much better, right? So should you buy a brand new home? The best way to decide what type of home to buy is to work with your trusted real estate professional who can help you weigh the pros and cons of each option. They know which homes are available in your local market and which builders might be offering incentives that make sense for you. So think about that. Weigh your pros and cons, and sometimes buying a new home is better than buying a resale. And I'm not saying because I sell both, but even though there's a lot of homes for sale today, new home inventory is on the rise, and many builders are offering incentives. So keep that in mind, people. A lot of builders are offering incentives, and that is a great opportunity for you to actually take advantage of that, especially with the buy down programs. It's like, can I get a 4.25% interest rate on a house? If I can't, of course I would buy one. Are you considering it? Especially if they have other incentives on that too. Would you buy it or not? Or be like, no, let me think of that again. But you can actually ask for closing costs too. I mean, there's so many things that you can actually do when buying a new build home. And I'm not telling you that this is not the same possibility of actually being able to buy that not as a new build home, but at the same time is you could probably do that with a resale, but you have many more opportunities with a new home, but depends on your budget, on what you want and what you're looking for and what areas you're looking for. So this is Cindy Patrick with Cindy's Realty Group by EXP. And let me know if you guys have any questions and what are your thoughts on this. Have a beautiful day, people.